Hmm.
Make when it comes to financial statements and what they don't see.
All right. Well, caller Kenneth, good morning. You're on the Wake Up Show Chicago. Kenneth, you there? All right, we'll come back to Kenneth. He may have stepped away from his phone. But yeah, the so Larry, we're gonna go back to our caller, but I also want to talk about that whole when the numbers don't lie and you have these financial statements and you have Joseph Carr, you have a Joseph Carr, which is your accountant. Okay. What do you do at this point when your accountant says, look, you're not you're not doing it. You're not doing it big like you think you are.
Well,
You're
I think you listen
You
to your
know.
accountant just like you listen to your attorney. But I think you also have to have some basic understanding, no matter who you are and who you're dealing with, so that you have some basic understanding about your financial statements. But I often see LaDonna and Joseph into the listening audience. I often see where people really don't understand their financial statements and get into all kinds of troubles because they didn't really follow and track what was happening in their business. And I think it's so important for us to make time to make a commitment to yourself while you, instead of watching 3 hours of TV,
Mm,
take an hour out of a day to really take a look and really understand the financial statement, look it over, be able to evaluate things, and just become a student of the financial statements. It will help you grow your business because a lot of us have a negative net worth and we got more debt than we got assets. Even in our personal life, we can have credit card debt and we got a bunch of money sitting in a savings account. You got $10,000 in a savings account and you got $10,000 a credit card, and you just want to keep that $10,000 there. When in reality, you're only getting 2% on your savings account, and you're paying 27, 28% on your credit card. So I'll
mm,
stop there and let the expert jump in with his perspective on any of those things.
yes.
Yes. So getting back to LaDonna's question about uh, when the math ain't mathing, you know,
Mhm.
and to your point, Larry, I agree. There are so many people that just get into business thinking that this is a way to make a quick buck, or this is going to sustain me so I don't have to make money and go out and get a 9 to 5. So people have various reasons for starting their own business, or founding a nonprofit. um, but I think the biggest problem with most people is they don't want to spend the time understanding finances,
Mhm.
because, and then there's some people who have an aversion to it. They just think, "Oh my God, it's finances. I can't do this." Well, then what? You shouldn't be on your own business, because there's a part of being a business owner that you have to have knowledge of finances, if nothing else, so your accountant doesn't screw you over. You know what? How many times have you heard about, well, the CPA told me he filed this, and then 2 years later, the IRS is coming to your door
Mhm.
because it hasn't been done. So on a real level, it's my industry, but you also have to be very careful who you take on as to represent you as your accountant. Same as an attorney, because there are some things that we specialize in that you're not going to know, or you're not going to do a deep enough dive into. Larry made the comment about the credit cards and the savings account. I try to tell all of my clients. Uh, some of them do the best that they can. Some of them are working towards the goal. But at the very bare minimum, you should have at least 3 months of reserve set up.
Mhm.
Ideally, it's 6 months, but not everybody can do that. And especially right now, there's not a big boom in a lot of industries. So I say that because if you are in a 3-month period, and let's just say, for instance, it's a seasonal business, and for 3 months, you know that it's going to be a lull and you're not going to be able to bring in the type of revenue that you're used to. So what happens in that 3 months? Do your expenses overtake your business and you just have to like close shop? You need to be able to still pay people, meet payroll, meet utilities, meet your rent or mortgage that you have. So everyone needs to start thinking of your business not only as a business, but as a person. And that's what a lot of people kind of get confused with. They say, "Oh well, uh, my personal life, I do this, but with my business, I'm going to do that." They should be the same thing. You should have the same discipline in your personal life that you have with your business.
Now we do have a caller. Tommy, good morning. Welcome to the Wake Up Show, Chicago. Tommy?
Hey, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, I
Hello?
can. Loud and clear.
Let me say peace and blessings to all of you. Let me be very quick and crystal clear. It is not a horror story when you bring up the name of Gladys. It is not a horror story when you bring up the name of Josephine Baker over there at Captain Hard Times. I may have messed her name up. I hope I did not. When both of those two matriarchs died, the business died. And the reason why the business died is because everybody stood around and fed off of these ladies and took no interest whatsoever. So when you're sitting up here saying that the numbers don't add up, the real reason why the numbers don't add up is because by the time those ladies died, the economy had changed, food costs more, and the kids just didn't give a damn. You can go right down the line, houses, whatever you want to come up with, knowing that they're not going to pay the bill, not seeking out any professional help like the gentleman or you guys or this radio station. I'm just going to end with this. I own a custom cabinet design company. We build everything from scratch. We're on Facebook. I'm not fixing to tell you the name. And the reason why I'm not fixing to tell you the name, because Melody Span Cooper and Hameen Hartman came on the radio and said, in case my black men haven't heard it today, I believe in you. And they had fired me from a job that I had not done anything wrong. The job hired me back. And they said, what can we do for you? And I said, my church is building a banquet hall. Would you sell me this product? You know what they said?
What?
Not only will we sell it to you, but we'll give it to you. And so I just end with this, people. If we're not willing to accept the truth of our stinking thinking and individuals who have plunged us into this absolute nonsense that we're in from just absolute lies, the more you guys tell the truth, the stupider we get. Goodbye.
Tommy is on fire. And just a correction, it's not Josephine Baker, it's Josephine Wade for Josephine Southern Cooking over there on 79th Street. And thank you so much for that, Tommy. And this is why we do what we do, so that we have a platform. Larry, would you agree? So that we have a platform to tell our people the truth, the absolute truth.
Well,
And
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely, Donna. This is all about helping our people to get, to create the money, the wealth, and create legacy wealth. And the more money we have, the more things that we can do. So we really, because we tell people the only way from poverty to prosperity is through entrepreneurship. When you own your own business, you can create a lot of money if you run it properly. And that means that you have to understand your financial state. You got to have a good accountant. You got to have a good attorney. And the more you understand your financial statements, you'll pick up all kinds of things. So become a student of understanding your financials. When you become a student of that and you become an expert of that, you're going to protect yourself and make sure that you're proper, because you'll see things based upon those statements and say, there's something wrong here. You may have a business that's taking in a bunch of money and you're selling liquor and someone could be stealing from you. But if the numbers show that you're not bringing in as much money as the liquor is going out, you already know someone's stealing from you. Without that data, you just don't know, But when you can track how much liquor I paid for, how much the drink's supposed to be cost, and how much I should have based upon the amount of liquor sold, then you'll catch somebody who may be stealing from you. They could be stealing you blind, right, Joseph?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. And Josephine Wade is still alive, by the way. Josephine Baker did die. But Joseph Carr,
Yes.
can you tell everyone where to find you? Are you taking new customers or clients?
Actually, I am booked.
You are booked.
Yes, I'm
Praise 'em.
booked. Maybe there might be some opportunities opening up in the middle of the year, but I have 2 or 3 um, prospects that have been asking me, and I said, I have to wait and see what this middle of the year has to do. But you can always find me on any of the social media sites. Joseph Michael Carr, that's Josef Michael Carr, and it's JM Carr and Associates. And you know what? Even if it's advising, there are different levels of needs. So I make sure that I meet people where they are.
Mhm.
And nonprofits, they call me and ask me things, and I can advise them anytime. But as far as taking on any full time clients, no, I'm not taking on any
Wow,
full right now.
that's a good problem to have, I guess.
It is, when
Hey,
you have
well, we better keep on moving. Hey, Joseph, we want to thank you, man, for coming on and sharing your expertise and just emphasizing the importance of financial statements. Become a student of it. Take time to understand those statements and be a real student of it so that you can protect yourself and grow your business. So, Donna, we got what hot topics coming up?
Oh, we got hot topics. So, everyone, as you know, it is time to turn up the heat. And we have our contributor, Vincent Gilbert, who's going to turn up the heat with his signature style of sharp insights and bringing today's hot topic segment right now at about 9:45. We welcome you, Mr. Vincent Gilbert.
Thank you, LaDonna Raeh. Thank you, Larry Ivory. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say what I've been saying for 45 years. Thank God for WVON, the voice of the Negro, the voice of the nation on iHeartRadio under the leadership of Melody Span Cooper and her husband, Pierre. Hot topics. Let me just say, I thank the WBN family for your overwhelming support of information and activism. I want to be able to let you, however you record a telephone number, get your pencils and your paper now. If you've got your phones in your hand, get your phones in your hand right now. I'm going to give you some numbers that you're going to want to have. Hot topics on the positive side. Alderman Ronnie Mosley. This young man, he's the youngest member of the city council with the largest ward, and he got one of the largest votes. He got more votes than 80% of his fellow aldermen. He's having a major business show, Mr. Ivory, Miss Raeh, a major town hall meeting today in the community. Guess who's going to be there? Business people, the Department of Aviation, the Department of Procurement, the Department of Planning, all related services. They're going to be able.
All right, we just lost him for just a second. I know he's going to probably call back. But as he was mentioning, there's going to be a major town hall meeting. We're going to wait for that information to come back on our board. You're listening to the Wake Up Show Chicago right here on WVON 1690. And there's always an opportunity for you guys to join us as a member on the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce side. If you go to ilbcc.org, you will see our brand new website. That's right. Our brand new website is up and running. If you want information on becoming a member, there's a membership tab. And when you hit the membership tab, it essentially will take you to the membership benefits. And now we're going to get back to Mr. Vincent Gilbert.
We got cut off Alderman Ronnie Mosley. Today, business people, the Department of Aviation, the Department of Procurement, the Department of Planning, You want to be a part of the CTA Red Line extension? Woodson Library is started about 10 minutes ago, 95th and Halsted. He has multiple city agencies and the heads and the people that can give you contracts. Alderman Ryan Mosey's number is 773-881-9300. 773-881-9300. That's a hot topic for our business people. Now, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, on the last 3 weeks, we've had great support from people like Alderman Mosley and Cook County Commissioner Donna Miller and many others. That hot topic number 224-204-9522. 224-204-9522. It's been overwhelming. I'm trying to get through the multiplicity of calls that I have received. I will get to you with your solutions. Now, the chief clerk, I have to apologize again for the Illinois Commerce Commission, the Chairman Doug Scott. I know many of you were down at 160 North LaSalle last week. I went through all the processes of calling the chief clerk's number, 217-782-4652. The chief clerk of the Illinois Commerce Commission number is 217-782-4652. Once you call that number, by law, there's a 24-hour in advance requirement for you to speak. As you remember, 2 weeks ago, I called in 48 hours, and they said that they couldn't hear my voice, that the message was garbled. So I couldn't speak that week. I couldn't speak January 8th because after you call the chief clerk's number, you then have to go to the website. You have to, and that's presuming you have access to a computer. We know the digital divide in our community. You have to go to the computer, scroll down to calendar, scroll down to meetings of the ICC, scroll down to public comments of the ICC, and then you have to download a form that they ask you your name, your affiliation, what groups you represent, to give a synopsis of what you want to say, and then the chief clerk gets that form, this is the sixth step in that process, then gives it to the chairman of the Illinois Commerce Commission, Doug Scott. Then Mr. Scott, Chairman Scott, in his discretion, decides if he will allow you to speak. I was denied. Again. Mr. Chairman, I know you've been involved in this process. Give us some direction, Mr. Chairman, on what the WB1 family should do, and then we can go right to the callers.
Actually, we have quite a few callers.
I'm sure you do.
All right.
As we talk business, that we understand the value of business and how they work. So I think that we're going to have a conversation, get to the ICC Commission to explain to them what the problems and complication is, and make sure that they take note and then come back and report to our people as to what steps were taken to fix the problem. And I don't want to talk any longer because I want to hear from the listening audience, and be respectful for the amount of time that we have. So now, Donna, let's take the first caller and hear what they have to say.
All right, Diana, we got 20 seconds. Go.
Good morning, Mr. Gilbert. I just wanted to call and say that I have been trying to call and contact the ICC. I've gotten no response back. Me and a couple of my coworkers, we went down 2 weeks ago to 160 North South. Could not gain access. Perhaps, Mr. Ivory, maybe you should go down and see if they allow you.
All right, good deal.
Hmm.
And then we have
apologize to
Thomas
the
Harris.
ICC.
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
Thomas
go ahead.
Harris. Hey, Thomas, we got about 20 seconds. Go.
Okay, then. I wanted the last show I was on, I didn't make this comment. One of the real issues when you call the Commerce Commission, it's important that you get a file number. They have to follow up with the file number, and they talk directly to the heads of the corporations, of Commonwealth Edison, and all of them, which you don't ever get an opportunity to talk to. And they get fines when they don't respond. I had a situation, and I'll be through, that my cable went off. I ended up talking to the top of the Comcast company, and they wired directly from the box to my house to get my system back up. So take a file number. That's very important.
All right. Thank you, Thomas. All right, we
What
got
Mr. Thomas
Kenneth.
is talking about, he's talking about the difference between an informal complaint and an informal complaint.
Got
If
it.
you have a problem with if you have a problem with a utility, be it water, gas, or electric, if you call the Commerce Commission, they're supposed to act as an independent, fair arbiter. Go to callers, please.
All right, we got Kenneth.
Good morning. I'm going to be real fast.
20
Listen,
seconds, yeah.
Good morning.
we know the problem. Here's the solution. Virtual participation. Let's introduce online testimony, recorded submissions. Let's have recorded submissions prior to the meeting. That simplify and easier registration. That streamline the process for signing up or speaking, possibly using simple online forms to guide individuals through the process without requiring complex paperwork, eliminate legal barriers, flexible time meetings. Let's not meet downtown. Who can get downtown?
Yeah.
We have community organizations. We can have community meetings with community organizations. Let's do some outreach and education with community partners, public awareness campaign, workshops, like I said, on-site hearings. And we could also provide childcare and other supportive services for people who want to come to the meetings.
Thanks, Kenneth. Thank you so much. We got
Let me
Michael.
just say how let Michael go ahead and speak.
Hi, good
Yeah, because
morning.
we're out of time.
Hi,
We,
good morning.
we need to wrap up,
This is a
guys.
violation of the possible the ICC. It sounds to me like this is too convoluted. What needs to happen is there needs to be an attorney involved in the organization, because it sounds to me like this is a possible violation of the Open Meetings Act. When you have to go through all of the steps that people are going through. And I think once you let them know that you're doing business or dealing with business for real, they will deal with you. And that's what attorneys are for.
Thank you,
And that's my
Michael.
comment.
Thank you so
Mike,
much.
can you
Thank
leave your
you.
number with the producers? Mike, can you leave your information with the producers offline, please, sir?
Pardon me?
All right.
Can you
So,
leave your
Michael, if you
information
leave
with
your
the
information with the producer, he's been put on hold. Thank you so much, Vincent.
Okay.
Vincent, your insights on the ICC
Thank
have been
you.
incredibly informative,
Thank
and
you.
we have really resonated with our audience. And we're so grateful for your depth that you bring to the
Thank you for what
discussion.
you do.
Thank you
right.
so much. And then I think our listeners would love to hear a take on other pressing issues as well. This is so awesome. I do have to wrap up, Vincent. Thank you so much. You guys are listening
Thank
to
you
the
for
Wake.
the opportunity.
No problem. No problem. You're listening to the Wake Up Show Chicago. We are here each and every Saturday from 9 a.m. Central until 10 a.m. Central. That's an hour of power, which only gives us so much time to fit it all in. I hope that you guys walk away with all that you have come to receive. Larry Ivory, I am so proud to be a co-host along with you. And I'm so grateful for our in-studio guest, Mr. Joseph Carr, who doesn't even have room Okay, he's busting at the seams with his clients, and that's a great problem to have. But thank you so much for your insight, because you'll be back. You're welcome to come back on the show anytime, so that we can keep our business owners out there abreast to what has to happen, including those BOI registrations. Let's not forget about filing your annual report. There's so many things that can happen that can cost you money because you don't feel like doing your finances.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, and let me say,
Yes.
LaDonna, real quick before we sign off,
Yes.
to Joseph Carr, it's great to have you on the air. Everything that we talk about here is designed to help strengthen our communities, to grow Black businesses, and we try to make sure that if you can call in, if you got a topic that is focused on business that you think we really need to understand and get involved, there's a lot happening, and so we have to pick what subjects based upon what we think is will help business get to the next level. So please engage us, call other friends, and let's make sure that this becomes a radio show that business listens to and people listen to help them take their business to the next level. Joseph, nothing but love for you. You're jam packed, and I hope that you're not getting rid of any clients, especially us.
Including us, right? Gotta trim it, gotta trim it. All right, guys. I'm LaDonna Raeh, and it has been a phenomenal time today. Our assistant producer is Mr. Lorenzo T. Hughes. Buddy Love, where you at, man? Look, I'm gonna get on him, Larry. This ain't fair,
He
okay?
rolling. He doing coupon, and he that smooth look. He got so
Right.
much going on,
He
and
got a
so
coupon for
he's
the
gonna be
coupon.
back.
Right.
Yeah, he's gonna be back. He's gonna be back.
All right, guys. And don't forget, I'm going to put the information in the chat so that you'll have it and you'll be able to get onto our membership registration. And that's happening on January 30th. And the time that it starts is at 6:30 p.m. Central. Be ready for it. There's no obligation. We just want you to hear what the Chamber has to offer for you. And that's the Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. Congrats to all of our newest members. We will announce you guys next week. Bye-bye for now.
Get ready to wake up to the pulse of progress as we amplify voices, break barriers, and illuminate the path towards a more inclusive tomorrow. Follow us across the socials at The Wake Up Show Chicago. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. It's The Wake Up Show every Saturday morning at 9, where change begins with every sunrise. Welcome to The Wake Up Show Chicago.
That's the end?
Where black man Tyree Nichols lost his life, are now getting a new look under Donald Trump's Department of Justice. The DOJ is now putting all active litigation on hold. Under President Biden, the Civil Rights Division was led by a black woman, Kristen Clark, who headed several investigations, like in Memphis.
We found that the police in Memphis use excessive force, that they stop, search, and arrest people unlawfully, that their policies have a discriminatory effect on Black people.
Now, all those investigations at departments nationwide are on pause, and Reuters reports agreed to settlements and consent decrees that took time to be worked out will be revisited.
In the midst of Donald Trump's pardons of January 6th rioters, including those who attacked police, is a separate case of two Washington, D.C. cops Trump pardoned after they were convicted of killing a black man 5 years ago.
And they arrested the two officers and put them in jail for going after a rough